Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. It is Thursday, the 29th of July, and it's time for another episode of the Daily Leeds. This is everything concerning Leeds United in and around Elland Road and Thorp. In today's episode, we have loads to get into. We've got a farewell message from one Ezgjan Alioski. We have some more transfer news. We've, of course, got some Blackburn fallout as well. So before we do get into today's video, please smash a like on the stream, subscribe, and get your notification bell smashed. I did a watch along yesterday for Blackburn, had some crazy numbers. Thank you so much for everyone that joined me in that. I will also be doing a live stream tonight before the whistle blows returns. Myself, Oscar, Locks, and Corey will be giving our Premier League predictions for the season in terms of table. And of course, we'll be back on Friday for another watch along of Leeds versus Fleetwood Town. So keep it locked at the Just Joe Football Show. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. And let's get into today's video. And this is the moment when I take a stand. So guys, we'll start first of all with Blackburn. I'm assuming a lot of you will have seen the result or watched the game on live now, or indeed you might have even watched me, but it was 1-1. It was much of a muchness. Of course, we've seen Junior Firpo for the first time, had a great game. I thought Jamie Shackleton played really well at right back. Both centre-backs did really well in that first half. Strauch and Diego Llorente as well. Jack Harrison looked dangerous. Rafinha, Rodrigo, Costa. Again, maybe I've got an agenda, but I'm not sure. If we bring in another winger, will we see Costa stay here? I'm not too sure. There was no Bethesda, there was no Bamford, there was no Calvin. I'm not sure about Bamford, why that was. But obviously Calvin, I don't know what's happening with Bethesda. Obviously Sam Greenwood played as well, having played in Guiseley the previous night. But listen, it finished 1-1. A free kick for Blackburn. Got them in front. It was a deflected free kick. Meslier had no chance. And Pascal Strauch equalised for Leeds late on. It was a cutback from Jack Harrison that took a deflection. 2 deflected goals. Look, pre-season, it doesn't really matter for me. Like, it is what it is. You could lose them all. It doesn't really matter. It's just about getting the lads out there, getting some minutes in, getting that cohesion. Of course, goals help and it breeds confidence and all that sort of stuff. And hopefully we'll see some more of that on Friday against Fleetwood. I think we might be playing 3 halves in that game. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, 1-1 in our first proper pre-season game. I think the guys who won just felt like an under-23s game, to be fair. A little warm-up for them maybe. But tonight, or last night, sorry, was the first proper pre-season game. We looked okay. We dominated for large parts. Yes, we didn't have massive clear-cut chances, but it's only pre-season. It doesn't matter. One of the great things to come out of it was, of course, the fans in the ground. And the Hernandez and Kiko Casillas song has now been traded for Diego Llorente and Junior Firpo. So at least we get to keep that chant as well, because that's one of my absolute faves. But yeah, 1-1. Let's move on now. We're going to start with Alioski. He gave a farewell message last night. If you've not seen the video, please check it out. It'll be all over social media. It's a lump in your throat. It's a lump in your throat. It's a lovely video. And, you know, it made me... Look, I have to eat a bit of humble pie. Because I do feel bad for saying to him or airing my things of, look, if he'd have gone there, it'd been done. Because he hasn't gone there now. And it's easy with hindsight to say, but I do feel a little bad, especially seeing what he'd said in the video, because it's a lovely video. And I just want to thank Ezgjan Alioski for his services to Leeds United during his time here. You know, he, on his Twitter message, he put, "Dear Leeds United family, saying goodbye to you is one of the hardest things in my life. It's taken me some time to turn the page. I realise how lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. This message is for you. From the bottom of my heart, love always. I want to say goodbye to you. You will always be in my heart, and the last time for the Leeds United fans marching on together." That was just some of the key things that were said. Genuinely, if you haven't watched the video, watch it. It's a beautiful video, and I just want to say goodbye to Alioski and thank you so much for your services to Leeds United. In terms of what club he's going to turn at, I'm not sure, because he was expected to complete a move to Al Hilal at Saudi Arabia this week. However, we're hearing reports last night that his wage demands have priced him out of sealing a free transfer to the club. Apparently, it was 1.5 million euros. Now he wants 2.5 million euros. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he'll end up coming back to Leeds United with his tail between his legs. I don't know. But listen, he's not going to Al Hilal. Maybe it'll change. It probably will. Maybe he's playing a bit of hardball. But look, wherever he ends up, good luck. Thank you again, Ezgjan Alioski. Christopher Klaesson, guys. I had a few people ask me on yesterday's stream. It was done. What's happening? What's going on? Well, we're hearing now from a Norwegian outlet that the claim for his work permit has been approved and the deal will be confirmed this week. So keep your eyes peeled. We should have Christopher Klaesson in the door before the weekend is upon us. So that's a deal that is done. We're now going to speak about a centre midfielder who we've mentioned a few times now, Jens Kajuste, the Swedish international. The reports in Sweden are saying that a potential move to the Premier League is edging closer, as he has been left out of Midtjylland's squad for the second match in a row. Of course, they beat Celtic last night, and he's again missed that Champions League qualifying tie, both the first leg and the second leg. Leeds are apparently one of the sides suspected to be interested in the Swedish international, and it looks increasingly likely that he is going to leave the Danish side this summer. You would imagine they would have played him in both their Champions League games. Of course, not just us, there's Wolves, there's Newcastle and Crystal Palace that have all been linked with him. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. I think for me, the number one target is Conor Gallagher. We're still waiting to hear from him. He played for Chelsea 2 days ago. He played the majority of the game, and by all accounts, he played really well against Bournemouth. So I don't know what's happening. Maybe Tommy Tuchel's having a look at him. For me, he's not going to get games in the Premier League for them. It's interesting why he played so long as he did. Maybe he will stay at Chelsea. Who knows? But we're waiting to hear from him. Maybe he's told, look, give it a chance. Try fight for your place. Of course, he probably wants to stay at his club. Maybe Tommy Tuchel says, look, I've seen enough of you. No. Where are you going, Crystal Palace or Leeds? But it's him that we're waiting for. Maybe if that doesn't come off, then we do move for a Jens Kajuste. We'll have to wait and see. But we need to get that centre midfielder in quick for me. We do. We need to make it happen quick. Another player that we have been linked with for quite some time now that I haven't really mentioned on this is 19-year-old left-back from Hibernian by the name of Josh Doig. He's been compared to compatriot Kieran Tierney. He won the Scottish Football Writers Young Player of the Year last season. And Leeds have been interested in him. And it's interested that we might go after another left-back because obviously we've let Leif Davies go. We've let Alioski go. We've only got Junior Firpo and Dallas to come in as a second choice if needs be. So we're in the market for another left-back. Whether or not it'll be this summer, I'm not so sure. But Hibernian are playing hardball. There was an article done on Leeds Live where they were saying they've been quite put back by some of the approaches that have been made. And apparently Premier League clubs are reportedly reluctant to pay any more than $3 million for him. However, Hibernian's stance is, if you want this kid, you're going to pay $5 million for him. And I just don't see Leeds United paying $5 million for Josh Doig, who's going to be second choice to a Junior Firpo. Maybe he'll leave in the summer as his contract rolls out. I'm not sure. But Josh Doig is a player Leeds United are interested in, but may well be priced out of a deal at £5 million. And that's not close to a skin. It's just $5 million for a player that's 19 that's not going to get game time. That money can be, used elsewhere. And one area it could be used is, of course, in the wing position. And we're going to speak now about a player we've mentioned a few times, Josip Brekalo, who currently plays for Wolfsburg and the Croatian national team. I've seen him a lot during the Euros when he came off the bench. Wasn't enamoured by him, wasn't really that interested. Of course, we've been mentioned a few times. And apparently Lazio are in pole position for signing the player. He's reported to be a player that Bielsa is really keen on, but no bids have been made from Leeds United's perspective at this stage. He's 23-year-old. He has put a transfer request in at Wolfsburg, and it's muted that the price is as little as £15 million. Now, as I say, Lazio apparently are in pole position to sign him. And when I seen that, I was like, right, okay, that's fine. I don't think Leeds United are really that interested in him. But then LUFC Fan Zone came out and said they've spoken to a source very close to Josip Brekalo and said that Leeds and Liverpool are pushing very aggressively to sign the player for £15 million. There are also options from Spain and Italy, Lazio, of course, being one. So apparently Josip's going to take his time and choose the best option. The source that LUFC Fan Zone spoke to is very close to Wolfsburg and the Croatian winger Josip Brekalo. So it's not so much his agent. It may not be someone at the club. It sounds like it could be a very close friend. And they've requested to not be named in the post. They don't want to be named. Look, £15 million for someone like Josip Brekalo is very good. We know that he's handed in a transfer request. It's not an expensive deal. There are a lot of people that know a lot more about football than me that have come out and said he'd be a great signing at that price. So maybe there is something in the Josip Brekalo links. And like I say, LUFC fan zone have spoken to someone close to him, and they've said that Leeds United and Liverpool are pushing for the player. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. We've just got 2 more articles to finish with now, guys. So I don't know if you'll have seen it, but Marcelo Bielsa did a very rare interview. He did it with Stadio Astro, and he was speaking about his time at Leeds United and more specifically about Calvin Phillips. He was asked about Calvin Phillips, and he said that Calvin Phillips reminded him of former Argentinian legend Diego Simeone, of course, manager now of Atletico Madrid, won La Liga most recently. He played under Bielsa at Argentina, and he highlighted the similarities between him and Simeone. He mentioned fellow ex-Argentinian star Matias Almeida and Chile's bulldog Gary Medel. He said, I've managed different players in this position with the same ability of Phillips. He says, in this moment, Phillips is at a very big level and in his position around the world. He's at a very big level in his position around the world, meaning he's one of the best in that position around the world. Praise indeed from the main man, Marcelo Bielsa, for our very own Calvin Phillips. And just to finish, guys, I know a few years have mentioned this and you do want updates on it, is, of course, COVID-19 and what that means for fans moving into the new season. Apparently from October, we will need vaccine passports. Chelsea have actually come out and told supporters they must provide proof of double vaccination or a negative COVID test before attending men's and women's home games this season. So that even is before October. So you need to be double vaccinated or provide a negative test prior to going to Stamford Bridge. I fully expect the rest of the Premier League and football clubs to follow suit, just waiting for one to make that move. I know that might disappoint a lot of people and make a lot of people angry because there are certain sections that don't want to be vaccinated. And again, that's entirely up to them. I'm vaccinated, but I'll never have a go at someone who doesn't want to be vaccinated. It's their choice. It is their body. You know, I'm not getting involved in all that sort of stuff. It's entirely your choice. But yeah, Chelsea have made the move and say you will need to be double vaccinated and have a negative COVID test. That'll be the same for away fans going there as well, you'd imagine. So, just an update on that for you. But thank you, as always, for watching the Daily Leeds. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please smash a like if you have. Make sure you join us tonight at 8 o'clock as well for a return of Before the Whistle Blows and, of course, our season predictions with myself, Oscar, Locks and Corey. And enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out now. Leeds.